Hello everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you are doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the best way to cold brew your tea or your tisane. Now before we begin, I highly recommend you check out our back catalog of episodes, and I'll make sure I put some episodes over here that might be germane to this one. So look, we live in Texas. The majority of you guys who are watching this live in Texas, and even if you don't, even if you live in Ohio, it can get warm in the summer, and cold brewing your tea is a great option. I think most people historically, when they think of loose leaf tea, they normally think of drinking it hot. And I drink my teas hot year round, all the time. I'll drink my swamp water or my matcha with water and it's 100 degrees outside. I just like my teas hot. That being said, I always have typically a tisane in the refrigerator that is cold brewed. So I wanted to do a quick video and give some tips on how to cold brew your tea or your tisane, because you'll find different opinions out there as to which is the best way to do it. And literally there's like 5 well-known ways to cold brew your tea, and I honestly think that there's one that is the best one to do. So what is it? Well, look, some people are going to boil the water, and then like the typical way you would drink hot tea, they're going to steep the tea and then leave it at room temperature, or even put it straight into the refrigerator and let it cool. That's one option. The other option is just do a pure cold brew. And so the best way to do this is like get a jug like this, and you have 2 options. You can either have, if you have empty tea bags, you can put the tea leaves in there and then put it in the jug and then fill up the water, or you can just put the leaves directly into the jug and fill up the water, and then eventually you'll pour out the leaves. Now, it's really up to you what you prefer. I tend to be a purist. We have a 2-part series here on tea bags, and how even if you buy the organic tea bags, you're still leaching whatever chemicals that are in there. And there's gonna be some chemicals, guys, into the tea that you're going to drink. So I'm a purist. I like to do loose leaf steeping. So the way you would do this is about, the estimates are about 2 grams of tea leaves, or you could say about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of tea leaves for every 6 ounces of water. Or another way you can look at it, if you want to do grams, is 9 grams of tea for a liter if you want to do something that's bigger. But it's ultimately up to you. So about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half for every 6 ounces of water, or 9 grams if you have a scale, 9 grams for a liter of water. And ultimately it's up to you. Look, if money's no object, or you want a stronger cold brew, then put 3 teaspoons for every 6 ounces. It's really up to you. So what I would do is this: put the tea leaves in here, pour the water, preferably if you have filtered water. Filtered water always makes tea taste better. We have an episode on how important water is. And then, to me, cold brewing it is the better way to go. And the easiest way to cold brew it is just do it overnight, right? So every night, whenever you're gonna cold brew, just put your loose leaf tea in here. And if you're gonna loose leaf and not bag it, and of course if you wanna bag it, that's great. I'm not gonna shame you if you're gonna bag it. You probably need to get a jug. You see how this one has well, you might have to see the inside. It has this little filter thing. So if I'm loose leaf tea steeping this, when I pour it out into the other canister, the leaves stay in here. So you can do it like that. But the reason I like to do straight cold brew and not steep it in hot water and then wait it for room temperature is that the taste is gonna be mellower and less bitter. And this is in particular when it comes to the teas, not the tisanes, but when it comes to the teas, in particular green tea, it's gonna be a much mellower, smoother, lack of a better word, sweeter tea, maybe less astringent and less bitter if you just cold brew it. So that's the way to go. You just have to have some patience, and just remember to do it before you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, you're gonna have this tea that's cold and it's ready to go. Now, what are some good cold brewed teas? Well, we're gonna talk about that in the next episode. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Do you like cold brew tea? I mean, most of the world loves it, because you think of the most famous cold brew tea, it's iced tea, and iced tea is a black tea. But post in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Until next time, take care and God bless.